1, 2, 3, 4.
And welcome back to the second installment of Breakfast with Brothers.
We back and we back and we back. What's up, party people? Hope everyone's doing good today. Again, you don't have to have breakfast to be here. We love you no matter what. And if you don't love us, that's okay too. But the good news is we heard a lot of good things about the first episode. Put them on, Ian. What were they all saying to us?
Yeah, they were just giving us some good comments. Everyone's giving good feedback. We'd love to hear from you guys, and we really do appreciate everything you say and all the sweet comments you give us. So please continue. It just boosts our egos. No,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
because for every new comment, it'll be like my hats. I'm gonna wear a new hat every time I come on this podcast. So I hope you guys start keeping count, because I'm gonna lose count by episode 3. That's all I got.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, it was very much appreciated on everyone's end. We really liked hearing what you guys had to say, what you guys liked about it. So, if we can, support and help you guys with some videos and clips of our podcast, then we always appreciate the good comments. So, thank you all so much for listening and tuning in, and hopefully you listen to this episode too, or else you're lame.
100%. As long as we're putting you guys on, it's okay. If you're not lame, we'd love to have you on. And even if you are lame, we have some good topics we could talk about. And we're also accepting topics, and that's the beauty of this, where, every new episode is going to be something different. And if we do escape onto some tangents that we've talked about in the past, it'll be new, it'll be exciting, it'll be a little different. So stay tuned, keep your eyes peeled and your ears open, because we're always throwing something at you. Maybe a little bit of crazy, maybe a little bit of controversy, but you never know. So you tune in, you find out. The breakfast will be popping. Whether or not it's eggs, whether or not it's French toast. Heck, maybe we'll even grill up some omelets for you guys. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Well, if anything's popping, it's going to be the bacon.
That's true. Bacon do be popping.
Straight grease.
I will say, you could put bacon on anything, and it'll be good. Bacon excels to the highest level of breakfast items when you start adding it to things. You can even add it to dinner, and it excels your dinner. Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, yeah, put that shit on a burger. Obviously that shit's gonna hit.
On a burger?
On a burger.
Dude, you ever have bacon wrapped filet mignon, bacon wrapped steak?
Yeah, absolutely. It's delicious.
It goes
so
crazy.
Good.
Actually, speaking of bacon wrapped steak, there's this place. There's a place in Syracuse and I think Rochester. It's called Texas de Brazil, and you kind of go in. They have everything but your main entree set up like a buffet. So you got your salad station, kind of like a Ruby Tuesdays. You got a little dessert station, and then when they serve you, you get fried plantains, gas, and you get mashed potatoes, gas. And then when they come down and serve the entree, you get a selection of, I think there's a couple dozen different kinds of meat. And, they come at you with cuts of ribeye and shaved steak. They come around with filet mignon, bacon wrap choices. And then they also do chicken, some pork. It's nuts. But what's nuts about it is they walk around with skewers, these big old skewers of meat. And they come to your table. You have a little card. It's red and green. Green means go. They could pull up to your table. Red means don't even come nearby. I'm so full I'm going to explode. And you can choose what cuts of meat. If someone comes by with chicken, nah, I don't like chicken. You can wait around for the next person to loop in with the next skewer of meat. It's insane. Have you been there?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, definitely not. That sounds crazy. I really should pull up.
It's good. I would say the only bad thing about it is you pay $50 a man to get in there. But the good news is it's all you can eat. So once you sit down, you can eat 4 plates of salad. You can even eat dessert before you have dinner. They also have soup, which goes hard. They have some specials with that. And then the meat is as much as you can get. When they're chopping it, they're searing it off like it's a halal skewer, and then you just keep going. It's oh, tell me when, and you just sit there. 5 minutes could go by. You could have a tower of meat, and you'll be good to go. It's nuts. It's got to be an experience. I know the first time I went there, it was crazy. So.
Dude, it's like when you're at Olive Garden and you're just like, well, how much cheese do you want? And they'll say, well, say when, and they'll just be cranking it, and you'll just be sitting there, and they'll be cranking it, and then before you know it, there's a mound of cheese on top of your small ravioli, and next thing you know, you're eating a mound of cheese, and you're happy about it because that was your decision.
100%. And they do it not only for like your main meals, but they also do it when they drop off the unlimited salad too.
Dude, yes,
honestly,
exactly.
if it were up to me, they should just open the little breadstick bundle in the napkin and throw it on that too. Whatever.
Just
who cares?
dump it onto
More
the
cheese.
breadsticks?
They don't, but they should. I'm saying they should.
That's what I'm saying. You would like that?
Oh yeah, 100%. If they're gonna do it on the salad, if they're gonna do it on my food, whether or not that's like spaghetti or something, chicken parm, dude, just put it on the breadsticks. Whatever. You know what? Hell, put it on my dessert, dude. The parm cheese is crazy over there.
What kind of dessert would you get with cheese on it?
I don't
Getting the molten lava cake and the triple chocolate mound and getting cheese right on top of that.
It was more of a joke. I'm never, just a disclaimer to everyone listening, I'm not putting cheese on my chocolate lava cake, but the cheese over there is good. So if you haven't been to Olive Garden and you live under a rock, get there tomorrow. Get there today. Scratch that. Get there yesterday. Olive Garden, yes, it's a chain restaurant. Yes, they make everything the same everywhere you go to, as far as menu items. But if you haven't been there and you haven't experienced the love of the unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks, today.
Me and Morgan recently just brought Lewis to Olive Garden. This, I think it was last week Monday. So
First time?
First time, first experience.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Let the viewers know how old this man is and how long it took him.
Lewis is the same age as me. He's 23, and never been to Olive Garden until last week, of course.
That's honestly impressive that you were able to hold out that long. Because for me, you find a place like Olive Garden. I wouldn't say it's like authentic Italian, but they have some of those classic dishes, that are like Americanized Italian, and some stuff that I guess you could say is classic Italian. But it's just one of those places. Obviously you got your local mom and pops that are Italian based, and they make some at home recipes. The sauce is homemade, what have you. But Olive Garden is always that consistent tier, Americanized Italian. Gas every time.
Yeah, I mean, like, would I take actual Italian food over Olive Garden? Without a doubt. I'm gonna be
100%.
eating some good Italian food, but it is nice to go to Olive Garden sometimes because I'm a white boy.
It's just one of those places, it's like Red Lobster, for all the seafood lovers. Again, there's some Americanized dishes. You don't have to get seafood there, but it's one of those places where you're going to see lobster, you're going to see your crab, you're going to see your scallops and your shrimp, your scampi's, a little bit of everything. And it's another one of those chain restaurants where if you haven't been there today, go eat ASAP.
It's up to you. If you want to eat at Olive Garden, go for it. If it sounds good, do it. But honestly, if you haven't gone, the only thing you're missing out on is, like, in my opinion, the breadsticks. The breadsticks smack.
No, that's true. I will vouch for the breadsticks. And the same goes for like a Red Lobster, the Cheddar Bay biscuit. Same goes for like a Texas Roadhouse. Those I don't even know how to describe it. I guess they're just butter glazed buns, but it's all about the butter you get with it. There's cinnamon butter.
Oh yeah. Straight gas.
Out of this world.
Straight gas.
And I feel like, this is not the first time that we're going to be talking about food, or the last time. Last episode we talked a little bit. This episode we did. It's one of those things. I don't consider myself a connoisseur. I am picky when it comes to certain things, but there will be some food talks. And again, Breakfast with Brothers, it doesn't necessarily insinuate that, but there's going to be some food chats. We're going to get the people, a little bit of mouth water in action. They're going to love it. They're going to be like, whoa. And then we're going to get some sponsorships. Olive Garden's going to reach out. We're going to have breadsticks for life. It's just going to be one of those things.
Dude, yeah, Olive Garden is going to reach out to us, tell us what's what, give us that sponsorship. That'd be great. Let me get
I'll take a
breadsticks for
gift
life.
card. Breadsticks for life. If only. Maybe we could
That
get
would
like
be
a
crazy.
voucher, every time we show up. It's just like, yeah, we'll send you home with 3 dozen breadsticks. Can you make it 4 dozen?
Maybe 5.
He's like, whatever you do, put my breadsticks in the mail. I'll pick them up on my way through when I come home today.
Just shove them right into the mailbox. It's, you know, even if it's the one on the, like, the side of the house that's like really thin, just shove it right in, you know.
Whatever you could do to fit. I don't want my breadsticks being stolen. Because I know if I were some dude who was walking down the street, homeless or not, you know, I could be living in a luxurious mansion, you know, up on the highest hilltop looking over the mountains. And if I saw some breadsticks on someone's doorstep, I can't say for certain that I would just leave them be. You know, I would give them a once look, maybe a twice look. I wouldn't want to be that guy who's stealing breadsticks from other people's, you know, mailboxes or anything. But if it's just out and about, I mean,
Yeah, just give it a good old yoink. Yoink. Yoink.
yoink their breadsticks. Even if, you know what? I will leave this person their breadsticks in a 95% majority. Maybe I'll just steal 1 or 2, you know, like a to-go breadstick, like wherever I'm walking. I think if it were anyone listening and they were walking and they needed to go somewhere and they just had a little breadstick appetizer, you know, like, what are you going to do? Say no? Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not going to say no. I mean, it's a breadstick. Like, yeah, I'm going to yoink one breadstick. So I'm not going to steal all the breadsticks because then I would feel extremely
No, you'd be a
terrible.
scumbag. Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's
Because-
besides the point.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're getting too much into the breadstick lore.
We'll talk more about the fantasy in the future. If you guys love it, we'll go on. Maybe we'll have a whole episode about places with crazy breadsticks and buns. But for now, we know that Olive Garden is elite tier breadstick. And if you haven't gone, go. That's basically the moral of this story.
Elite tier.
Wow, that was in sync.
Tier.
Anyone watching on
did.
YouTube, play that back. We did that in sync. And if you don't believe us, play it back again.
Well, it depends if like we have just the one frame of the speaker. I just slap my mic.
Slap. If anyone heard that, I'm sorry. And headphone users, RIP.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah, but I mean, since we're done talking about Olive Garden, heck, I mean, I was thinking about, where was I eating the other day? Oh, we went to, there's this local place by us, Beer Tree Brew, something like that. I think it's Beer Tree Brew is the one original location, and the other place is Factory by Beer Tree. So it's a little swip swap. But they have more appetizers on the menu than they do entrees, sandwiches, burgers, whatever. And they're all different. Like they're not like related in any way. Like they go from a mac and cheese appetizer, they got like a chicken strip appetizer, and then they got these pretzel bites that are crazy. And we were talking about this the other day, putting like cheese on the side for your French fries. They have this beer cheese for these pretzel bites that is out of this
Dude,
world.
the beer cheese on anything, most times it's always going to hit with some like pretzel type breadstick, you know, whatever they make with the pretzel, you know, pretzel bread is the beer cheese. Delicious. Without
See,
a
that's
doubt.
another thing that like I could put with like if I was eating a mozzarella stick, marinara all the way, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying like beer cheese with it, or like I don't know. I'm not going to say something weird like yogurt or something, but I'm thinking of like an Olive Garden breadstick with beer cheese. Now that would be crazy.
That would definitely hit. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, just think about like, you know, you get a good consistency beer cheese where it's like not too thick but not too like thin, and it just like kind of sticks to the breadstick. It's I mean, like I think any breadstick that goes into a beer cheese will be good, but I think there's something about like having that pretzel, like a little bit of salt on top and shit, like that's what makes the beer cheese so good with the pretzel, like pretzel breadsticks. If you get something similar to that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and with pretzels too, like you think about places like Auntie Anne's or places that do pretzels, like hard pretzels at the grocery store or whatever. The different toppings, like cinnamon sugar pretzels, you know, classic salt pretzels, obviously a must. I'm trying to think of like what else they put. I've seen like sesame seed pretzels. I don't know if I've tried it. Maybe like the baked ones, you know, that you buy in store, but I don't think I've ever had a soft pretzel, you know, that has sesame seed on it. And then I don't know what the heck else they put on it. I've seen like the pepperoni ones, you know, where they do a soft pretzel with like a pepperoni bake. That's probably good. I mean, it's a soft pretzel. You really can't beat a soft pretzel. You start adding
that-
random stuff to it, good.
Yeah, that shit sounds really good. You know, like the whatever you were talking about with the pepperoni pretzel.
Yeah, it's like a pizza
Crazy.
pretzel. Dude, crazy. Good idea. I mean, marketing tactic on fleek, if you will say. But that's one of those things that I think it was an Auntie Anne start. Like they started that whole drive for crazy crazy pretzel toppings, and they killed it. I mean, that's one of those stores that you're just gonna always see magnificent innovation just coming to light. If you go to an Auntie Anne's again, go to Olive Garden today, Red Lobster today, Auntie Anne's today. I can't endorse these places enough. I mean, if you haven't tried them, get out there today. It's not like they're going to break your wallet by any means. It's not a Texas de Brazil where you're dropping $50 for a meal. But heck, you could, dude, you get on the rewards app, couponing. You're couponing all day. You're winning.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Speaking of coupons, have you been on any recent shopping spree where you brought your total down by like 20s, 30s, 40s of dollars? I haven't been on any like super couponing mom trips or anything, but there was where the heck was I? I think I was going to, it wasn't Walmart. It was Weiss or something like that. And we had like a bunch of coupons from the week before shopping, and then there were like deals of the week, you know, of stuff that we normally buy, you know, for like cooking meals at home and whatnot. And I think we had a total up to like 160, and we got it down to like 115 or something like that. It wasn't extravagant, like we weren't paying like, you know, $25 for groceries, but it was a coupon trip to
I
behold.
was gonna say no,
especially
that's
for
still
us.
that's still a good trip. Like, you know, knocking that much money off. I mean, any amount of money saved is good money saved. So I don't ever complain if I save money. Like yesterday, Chelsea and I had gone up get some lunch together. Cheesecake Factory, gas. But we ended up stopping in Target because I had some Target gift cards from Mom, and so we ended up getting like a Lego set. But we brought it up. For those of you wondering, we got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Nice.
It's gonna be sweet when we set that up. But when we were in the line, we were, you know, just waiting for the cashier to take off the little like safety thing. It's like the spider safety thing that wraps around the box. And she was like, yo, the last guy that I just had, you know, check out was getting a Lego thing too. And I know these are going for cheaper online. Let me just like see if I can price match for that. So she's looking online. She found it, and she found it for like $10 cheaper. So I was like, yo, yeah, put that in.
Yeah, for Legos, if you can get Legos on sale, that's crazy. Because most way Lego works, you know, having sold a bit of Lego myself, is the majority of ones that aren't too popular, they'll have like a 6-month shelf life and then they're retired. So everything you're buying will be at retail or higher. But then once they're retired, like you'll stop seeing them at the big stores like Target, Walmart, like the Lego store itself. And then after that, you're only getting lucky buying them at like Kohl's, you know, you're online shopping at like Belk, Macy's is another one, and you're getting them for, you know, way higher, you know, and then sometimes you'll go into like the third party markets where you're, you know, looking on Amazon, you're looking on eBay, you're looking on the Walmart third party shop site, and they're going for double. It's insane, you know, especially after they retire. Not that even some of these sets are like popular. They could be like, you know, a little police set or a little city set, and they're going for nuts money. So even just getting any money off of Lego is a huge win, because that's one of those things where it's like, if you were reselling it, you could make it for bank, you know, just a couple months down the line if you felt like holding it. But dude,
Yeah.
$10 off the MSRP is nuts, especially for
Dude,
the
yeah.
gauntlet. I made the gauntlet. The gauntlet was really cool to build.
Yeah, I'm excited to build it. I mean, you know, I don't know how excited Chelsea is, but she was pretty excited when we got it. So let's hope we build that soon, because we got to get on it. But yeah, no, I got a little 10 buckers off, so that was sweet.
10 buckaroonies.
I mean, we were rocking gift cards yesterday all day. So like Chelsea had like a $50 gift card to the Cheesecake Factory. I had two $25 gift cards to the Target. So we kind of both just helped each other out yesterday. So that was sweet. And for those of you
Nice.
that don't know, Chelsea is my roommate. Don't look too far into it, please.
No, she's good people for sure. You know, another one
Definitely
that
good
hopefully
people.
we'll have on a guest for sure. And we got good feedback from her as well. She's a huge component of being positive and throwing good vibes around. So definitely gonna have her on one day. But that's the thing, like being with someone who's all about the savings, is a huge game changer. Because I've met people, that'll go into some store, and they'll just happily buy whatever it is at that price. They won't try to do any price matching. They'll buy like if you're grocery shopping, they'll buy the name brand stuff off the shelves, and they won't really worry about the cost. You could be going to a grocery store buying all name brand and paying like, for example, 70-80 bucks. But if you switch that around, you to buy a little stuff that's off brand, some stuff that, you don't normally buy, you're probably going to pay like $30-40 less, just because everything that you're buying is like half of what it would be at name brand. I'm just thinking about like, I don't know, like chip brands. Like you go in the aisle, you start looking at Doritos. Doritos are like $5-6 a bag now, unless you're buying it on sale. Ridiculous. But you get like, the off-brand chips by great value, a couple ruffled potato chips, or, some of those like weird off-brand Cheetos. You're paying like maybe $2.50 a bag. And that already is nuts. Like, not that I'm like a huge junk snacker. I try to stay away from that stuff. For the majority, I'm usually eating fruit or like, mixed nuts or what have you. But like if you're buying chips, get them on sale. Like if you're paying $10 for 2 bags of chips, that's insane. You could buy like 4 gallons of milk for $10. You could buy like 8 cartons of eggs for $10. You could buy, I don't even know, if you're into beer, that's a 12 pack right there. Dude, like $10 for 2 bags of chips. Insane. Eventually it's going to be 15. Not that I'm like complaining about inflation or grocery prices, but these brands, are happy to throw up the price because they know their stuff's good. They know people are still going to buy it. Nobody's just going to look at Doritos and be like, nah, I hate that. Everybody loves Doritos. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, no, Doritos. I mean, like if I love Doritos, who doesn't love Doritos? Obviously
Amen.
the OG flavor is nacho cheese, and if anyone says otherwise, then you're wrong. I mean, yeah, sure, you can consider Cool Ranch as an OG flavor. I would consider Cool Ranch as an OG flavor. So those two, if you don't like either of those two, I will say it again, you need to see a therapist. Because if you don't like either of those two. What do you mean it's one of those things?
It's one of those things where, Dorito has a lot of flavors now. They expanded into like the spiciness with like the super hot Dorito. And then they also have like the little bit of a sweeter side with the spicy sweet chili. I don't know what else they experimented with recently. Yeah, besides the Super Bowl commercial with that like that Taki flavored one. But obviously the go-tos are nacho cheese and Cool Ranch. For me, if I had to choose between the two OG flavors, it's nacho cheese. I was never like a huge Cool Ranch guy coming up. I didn't really get into my ranch phase, until like years later after I discovered Doritos. I wasn't putting ranch on much. I mean, back in the day, people are going to come at me for this and I'm going to get hate. But back in the day, I didn't even eat wings with any sauce. No blue cheese, no ranch, no nothing. And then it wasn't until, I don't know, like my senior year of high school, junior year in college, that, they were force feeding me ranch with wings. And I'm just like, it's like the ranch, I don't need it. There's already, the wings are sauced up. They're loaded with, whatever, barbecue, buffalo sauce, whatever. I'm just like, they don't need it. They're already sauced up. They're like, dude, this will change your life. And when I tell you that ranch on wings put me in a new dimension of existence, insanity.
See, like, wings can be enjoyed without like technically a sauce, like a side sauce, in my opinion. I think there's certain like varieties of wings, whatever like whatever sauce they're put in and such, they could be like, you can have them just with that sauce too. Like, I don't use ranch all the time. I love using ranch for wings, but sometimes it's like nice just to have the flavor of the wing, especially if you got like something a little bit more mellow, like a nice barbecue over it, or even like a teriyaki sauce of sorts. It's always gas. Even if you don't have the ranch or like blue cheese, if you fuck with blue cheese, I hate blue cheese. I think I'm thinking like, man, I'm just eating mold.
I will say that I have, come a long way with blue cheese. I used to think, that it was just gross and nasty, and like if I found a chunk, it was like, ugh. But like now it's gotten to the point where I'm not eating it with anything but, wings. Like if a restaurant doesn't have ranch, there's some places that do that where it's just blue cheese. I'll use the blue cheese because blue cheese itself is good. But if I'm getting the crumbles in it, it's game over. I just gotta start eating the wings plain. But the flavor of it, it's good. It's good. And I will say, did mix it into a buffalo chicken wing dip we made recently. That was fine. You start mixing stuff in. I think about like stuff that is like layered. Like a 7-layer taco dip. Like I used to be, a big sour cream hater. Like you couldn't put it in anything because if I had the even slightest thought of sour cream, it was just, nope, I'm going to push that away. I'm too picky for it. But you mix it into stuff like the 7-layer dip, or, they make mashed potatoes with it with like onion and chive. That stuff go hard. Like you start mixing it in, it's crazy. It's crazy how good it is. And it's like the same thing with cheesecake. I don't really use cream cheese as like a spreadable on bagels, and I don't eat it, with sides of anything. But you make it with, to use to make cheesecake. Cheesecake's good. I'm not going to say anything about cheesecake. You can slide me any flavor of cheesecake any day, and I'm eating it. Game over.
Any flavor? Literally any flavor. Could be dirt.
But they don't make dirt cheesecake. Like
hey, you don't know that.
If it was
you
like
don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
If it was like the Jello dirt, like I think they call it mud or something like that. Mud Jello. I can't remember. If Meg were here, she'd
I know what
me.
you're talking about.
But yeah, it looks like a little dirt. They put the gummy worms in it. There's like it's like chocolate pudding, like that.
I think it's just chocolate pudding. Yeah.
They make like a cheesecake like that, and that's pretty good. I mean, again, it's just chocolate. If you're a chocolate hater, that's a different thing. If you're allergic, that's a different thing. But like, it's good. That's like not a miss. Like every time they make anything chocolate cheesecake based, crazy. It goes hard. Like if you're not eating it, you're missing out. It's one of those things where it's like my dude that I worked with at Ely Park, local golf course by me. He put me on to this 7-Eleven, or maybe it was Marabito, either or. It was this carrot cake that had this crazy cream cheese icing. Best little snack dessert I've ever tried from a gas station. Nuts. Absolute banger. Insane.
Scale of 1 out of 10.
I don't know. Probably like a. I don't want to put it in the 9s because like there's a lot of like random good gas station desserts, but I'm giving it an 8-8, just because it was a little dry. 8-8 though. 8-8 all day.
8-8.
Yeah, 8-8.
8-8.
Have you tried it? This carrot cake concoction?
No, I have not. I was just curious. That's why I asked for the ranking.
No, it was good. I think, if it was like super moist, it probably would have got like a 9.5. But I think I got it like a little later in the day, and it was like a couple days old or something like that.
Yeah, but
that's like those things, where they can keep
picked up.
Yeah. It's like, one of those things in the donut cabinet. Like if you're going to a gas station or like a Dunkin' Donuts, or something like that, and you're getting the donuts late in the day, you're getting the pastries late in the day, you're not really asking for a good experience. They're going to be a little flaky, they're going to be dry. You got like the sprinkles falling off on the donuts, on the pastries, the cinnamon buns. It's a tough time. It's a tough time. And I'm sure people out there can vouch for me when they say, don't eat a donut late in the day. It's not a good experience. Not at all.
No, yeah. I mean, you always get like the glazed donuts in the end of the day, and all of the glaze is literally just like crumbling off. Or same with like a jelly donut. It's like basically half of the sugar has like fused into the donut. And I mean, like, still good. Like, obviously, I would still eat it, but it's like it's not going to be as good as like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning going to a Dunkin' Donuts and getting some donuts.
Now, you know what I will say though. This used to be a big thing. I don't know if people have Krispy Kremes around them, but if you do, and you got a couple-day-old donut, the glaze is starting to flake, whatever. Or if it's, a nice donut, doesn't have to be glazed, whatever. If you got a donut that's a little hard, couple days old, hack right here. Listen in. Come close. 15 seconds in the microwave. Game
15
changing.
seconds in the microwave?
You heard that hack here. Don't tell Breakfast with Brothers that we didn't put you onto something, because we just gave you a life hack to save your donut glory.
If you've been listening at all, just anyone, just make sure you listen to this podcast.
That's right. And as Ian wraps it up, we're coming into closing remarks here. So thanks for listening. Breakfast with Brothers is coming at you again, episode 2. Be sure to tune in, Spotify, YouTube. We have a Facebook page. Check us out. Ian, send them off.
Yeah, so another thing, just quickly before we finish, we're going to try to get up onto Apple Podcasts. I know a couple people had asked us about that. We are working on it. Please be patient with us. We can't wait to get it out onto Apple Podcasts so some of you guys can listen to that, because some of you don't use Spotify. Nah, no hate, but
Boo.
unnecessary.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, Zach is one of those people. Chelsea's one of those people too. Calling you out, Chelsea. But on another note, we're done here. So thank you all for tuning in today. We'll catch you sometime next week. I don't know. We're trying to figure this out. We just appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. So until next week, peace out.
Out for the, I'm walking the bull, out for the, out for the, out for the, out for the, out for the.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.